I do not know what this woman is doing to this little child in this house next door, but it is not normal. I'm hearing him screaming. And she's doing something weird with the vacuum. Like, this is just... And no one will do anything about this. And I've kind of had a visit from mental health as soon as I, highlighted this. So this is how it goes, alright? They're not going to let anyone speak up about it. And people from mental health actually even said to me, we've been told you have concerns about pedophiles in the area. And, we just want to check that you're not going to be kidnapping any, kids kind of thing. And I was just shocked. Like, I can't even believe someone would say that sentence. Do you know what I mean? And now all of a sudden, the environment's changed. So we've been moved again. I do not know. And they've told me that somebody complained, as in a neighbour. I'm not sure if that's true or not. The woman in this two-story house has been suspicious this whole time. I've heard her talking to members of my family, and yeah, there's some weird act going on where she's posing as a partner to a member of my family. And really weird because they're a very happy couple, and what she's saying is not in alignment at all. As if somebody is addicted to drugs or, really weird. And I don't know if they're using... The voices thing is really... something I'm trying to work out what's going on at the moment. Because I know they're using voices. And back at Northfield, my Google Chrome would go off whenever I was watching something on YouTube, or whenever... I don't know, just randomly it would beep and go off. And I'd hear... I guess when you're a telepath, you can pick up all sorts of connections that are going on in other realms. And I would hear immediately that they were mapping voices as well. So, yeah, scary stuff. I can't even believe the strength that I have, really, to still be standing after all the loss. But yeah, I'm going to be here to the end, and I'm not going to be letting this, I'm not going to be complicit in this no matter what. I still have a heavy heart for that man that I met around the corner, who I don't think is there anymore, or something's happened to him. I went for a walk the other night and I saw somebody walking his dog, and then I heard a communication. I wonder if the girl knows whose dog that is, and what's happened to this guy. I'm also hearing people walking around with dogs, and somebody telling them, you're the owner now. I'm not gonna, I can't talk about Jelly. This is too much. In fact, I'm just trying to look away from that at the moment. Can't really process that, because regardless of what people think, she had more of a connection to me than just a cat. We definitely are, yeah, related in other places. And anyone who has a close connection, you know, to their animals like that will know what I'm saying. It goes beyond here, the connection that we have, and that's really painful. But the only thing that's kind of got me through is the knowing that she wasn't in there anymore and she was being puppeted to do something that she didn't want to do, and she left a while back, a couple of months back, and her little body was trying to tell me, you know, before she left she was struggling to breathe, and that's not something that I'd experienced with her before, but yeah, really struggling to breathe. In fact, I think she may have lost her battle at some point there, but what these people are doing is they will animate. So we're talking about, you know, they're dealing with consciousness, and what they did was obviously pop Jelly's conscious. Jelly left. I know she's way stronger than any of this. In fact, fully aware. Like, Jelly was fully aware of everything that was happening. Even back to the home invasion where she ran through the house. You know, multiple men with guns ran right through the house and jumped on my ex-husband's chest, like a defibrillator, whatever you call them. And yeah, years following that, she definitely knew we were being targeted. She's been by my side the whole time, and I had moments where I had to sort of tell her, you know, Mummy's here to take care of you, and you know, because she was very stoic and protective. And yeah, I'm just really glad that I got them communications with her, and she knew that you know, I'm going to be fine, and I just want her to be free and go on her journey. There's no reason for her to be here on my behalf. But yeah, lots of weird stuff going on in those windows, those houses, the 2-story houses up there. And still have a very heavy heart for all the guys that came here to help. And yeah, the planetary mother, who was situated in this corner house, ran through my home in the other dimension, and yeah, I saw her drop planetary water all over my house. And when these battles were going on and these people were coming here to help, they were being dropped through there. And there were guys yelling, you know, why aren't our guys coming back? It was extremely painful. And I equal that to as painful as it was watching the kids from my son's school all wanting to get involved in these battles, and they were being taken. And these memories plague me over and over again. Watching these kids come out of school who are my son's age, all excited, and extremely painful. And any parents out there who haven't been affected by this apathy virus as well, which is another part of this, I think, is happening. And I think that's the start of this, is the apathy. There's people walking around saying, oh, I don't care. Nobody gives a shit. You know, these are catchphrases of the people that have this virus, that have been infected with this, because that's not how normal people feel at all. It's not how normal people feel. I'm a super empath, or, you know, extremely empathic, whatever you want to call that, right? And even someone who's not that emotionally charged still isn't like that. This is not normal for us at all. And I think I've referenced before why we need empathy to progress and not be regressive, because races that don't have empathy are often regressive. That's not us at all. And I mean, I likened it to a baby or a child who falls and scratches their knee. They kind of remember that and they don't just leap off a building. Do you know what I mean? So it's very, very important for us to have empathy, and it's the number one reason we're going to have a disconnect. If there's a lack of empathy, we're completely disconnected from one another. If no one cares what happens to anybody, complete disconnection is exactly what they want, because then they can start festering, Still just plugging along and not sure where we're going to go from here. I've applied for a couple of houses and but really not sure how that's going to go anyway, because they're telling me, oh, no one's going to give her a house, and if they do, we're going to orchestrate it and it'll be a year and then we'll kick her out again, so she has to find the money to get a mover truck. I'm on a disability pension, so I have nothing, absolutely nothing, and they fucked me over every single turn. I even had dental work done through government scheme, and they completely fucked that up, which was kind of my only chance to get something, fixed. Just everywhere I turn, I went and had my face, this was years back when nothing was this serious. This was years back, and I just wanted to take some of myself back. So they've gone and interfered with the clinic, and this woman's actually messed up my face, which is quite an invasive, thing to do to someone. You name it. I go to the shops and, they'll pull things off the shelves. Just everywhere I go has been fuckery, every single turn. I just went to go and buy some cigarettes. It's all I have now. I barely eat. I don't drink, I don't do drugs, anything like that. And of course they're closed down. And they're all telling me, well, they've closed them down. There's all people waiting out there. And I overheard someone say, well, they'll open as soon as the girl leaves. So I mean, this is what I deal with, and this is what targeted people deal with. There's so many people out on YouTube coming out saying that they're being victimized and attacked, and these are the very people that are involved with this. And I find it unbelievable that anyone would even sit there and watch that, because it is so fake. The emotional charge is so fake. And I even witnessed yesterday watching an interview with Aubrey Marcus and his wife, and someone tells her, just uncross your legs, because this is what they do with siphoning. They plug in cords, right? I've had cords, massive cords plugged into me, in the front and the back, actually. Disgusting. This is exactly what they do. And a lot of women have been siphoning my sexual energy and then using it. A lot of these women are prostitutes. That's how this initially started. Prostitution ring / PD file ring targeted me. And once they found out who I was and the kind of energy that I have, they began siphoning and using all of that. Sickening. I can't even think of a worse violation for a woman. It's one thing, being violated by a man, which I find really hard to say that, because I have such a love for men, and I don't, I don't really want to say that, but when it's a woman absolutely disgusting, like sickening, vomit worthy for someone, well, personally for me, that these people have been actually riding off my sexual energy. And there was a moment months back where I think I brought this up, and it's pretty disgusting. They've facilitated that to people. This is, yeah, I can't even believe I'm sitting here and discussing this kind of stuff, or talking about this kind of stuff. There were multiple people who showed interest in me and actually came here to check me out and see, you know, what was going on. They were all corrupted. What they did was convict them in some kind of way. So what they want is some sort of false conviction. So if they can get these people to do anything, even if it's like through mind control, puppeting, whatever, immediately they have it, and in they can be like, oh, look, you know, look what you've done. So, and this is how Satanists work as well. There's kind of an understood agreement with the higher ups that they need some sort of conviction first, and they also need to tell you what's happening, and then they're home free. This is all bullshit as far as I'm concerned, and yeah, it's just not gonna fly. They're keeping me in my body so I can't get out when I'm sleeping, and the second that I start to come out, like, you know, drop to sleep, this is when you travel dimensions. Someone's killing me, and I'm hitting the ground. So what I'm being told is the houses are consciousness containment units. Like, I know. Trust me, I know this is like not something I'm literally sitting beside my body right now because this is so insane to be saying, and yet this is where we're at now. And these things kind of creep up on you. You know, when you look around in society, you're like, oh wow, how did that happen and creep up so quick? How did we get here? Unfortunately, this is where we are now, and I know that this area has been used as a testing ground for these people, and I also know that all the head Satanists on the planet were drawn here, and they wanted to clean that up. So they got rid of any guys that were an issue for them. This is a new outfit that they want to build, regardless of what people think. People who do these acts to children are not always old men, okay? And there's a new wave coming through where they are young people. And they actually think that, you know, their shit is cool, and I don't think they really understand what's coming forth. So there's been a massive like cleanup of all of that, and the cabal is mentioned over and over again, and I do think that they're going to be using that as an excuse. They've also taken out people there that were going to be a problem and reinstated, taken out people there. So massive cleanup, but not the cleanup we expected. It's just going to be a new NWO type thing. Financially, these people have basically shaken down a lot of wealthy people to get where they are, and everybody listening to this stupid podcast with these predators for years have actually made them wealthy enough to own, you know, satellites and things like that, and I don't think people kind of grasp what has happened there. And giving them all that control now, so just giving them even more control over us by being complicit with that. And that is not any fault of the general populace at all, because we were deceived. They were deceived with what happened to us, and they've been listening along, you know, and giving them all their energy. No one stood up for Jet. and they've been playing both sides. Initially they said that they're going to play both sides so they can't lose, and everyone looks at them either way, so they get all that energy, they get all that financial support, and now it's come to this point. Someone like me can basically get by on hardly anything, and they know that, and it pissed them off, so they try and make it harder and harder and harder, because they were shocked at how I could get by on a pension and still provide. So, you know, those things are not important to me, and even money has a disgusting tone to it for me personally because of what happened with my son. So I'm not about that at all. Obviously I just want to be comfortable, like in the sense that a roof over my head is probably my only want at this point in time. But yeah, I'm still actually hearing these mutts speaking over the airwaves, and I can't even believe like what's going on, and I've been shut off. I've never actually found where this is coming from, and that perplexes me as well, because I can't find them anywhere. Like, and being that I'm at the center of all of this, I would think it'd be pretty easy for me to find, you know, and be able to listen along. Should that happen, yeah, shit would obviously go down if I found out who they were. And the reason that no one's faced me or confronted me is because they know what they've done. That's not going to be an option, and they've squirreled me away here so nobody can see me, nobody can hear me, and nobody really knows who I am. Because if that were to happen, game over. Like, seriously, game over. These people would be convicted. They'd basically be hung in the streets for what they've done. So you're never going to see that, and this is why I'm being blocked on every level, is because I am who I say I am. And the only reason I'm still here is because I know that. It's because I know there's nothing I need to be concerned about. My conscience is absolutely clear. The usual human shit, yes, but definitely not. Never hurt anyone in my life. Never shit on anyone in my life. Never taken, you know. Always given. So yeah. You're never going to see them confront me, and that's something I'd been calling for a very long time before it got to this point, so that we could put this to rest, and nobody else would be at risk, because they've come after everybody who knows the truth, anybody who has witnessed, anybody who even knew me in my entire life has been targeted. Good people as well, good parents, and there are a few different narratives as to what they're going to do here. One of them was they're bringing things up through the tunnels to set us up. Another one is they're putting things down underground to create some sort of a earth movement. Another narrative is they're going to blame the cabal on this. Sometimes these things happen as a precursor to some sort of an invasion. So they can say, well, you know, this has happened now. Gives us a reason to advance in some way. So there's a few different narratives going with that. But I am still really mulling over this Trump stuff, because I'm not sure what is happening with that, and I don't think that's him. This has been about 6 months now of hearing this. They've been using his name a lot, and that is also a red flag for me. I don't think that's him. I think they've switched him through, they've pulled him through a portal through another realm, or somehow switched him, because I'm just not feeling it at all. And I've been trying to like figure out why that is for the past 6 months, as to why it just doesn't sit right. my dad's friend Andy was being used. That was the first, at the very beginning of this, they were saying he'd been like body jumped, and he was being used as the kingpin for all of this. So yeah. Still not sure. And an important part of this whole thing that I'm still trying to figure out is when things got very heated with all of this, somebody pulled up. I might just walk out there. This is the other thing is I've just kind of let go of saying what I need to say and being concerned about that. I'm just going to speak exactly, you know, what comes out, comes out. I'm not going to censor myself. And they're also laughing because they're saying, well, when she speaks about these dialogues, we're going to say it's coming from her. Because if I'm relaying a dialogue, I'll say something like, I can't even think of an example, but you know what I mean. I'm quoting somebody else. I am not speaking those words from me, all right? And this is the way they're trying to push this. There's been talk about planet, the mother of the planet. I don't actually have that information, and have no idea who that is. Apparently there is somebody here who is the embodiment of the, you know, of Earth. There's a lot of talk about that. And there was also some narrative being run that there are two planetary mothers, as in one's the mother of the planet of Earth. I don't know if that came out right, that sounds weird. And the other one is the embodiment of another planet, whether it's Mars, I think, was one narrative, or Venus. And there's also Avian and Lyran narratives being ran as well, which I actually do feel a connection there. But somebody did pull up here in the street there, and I heard a woman's voice, and this was back when I was being targeted by this prostitution ring, and certain people involved with that obviously are the person they're calling Sarah, Nadine, Rebecca. So there's a few of these girls that are working girls that have been using like my energy plugged into me, and somebody's pulled up there and said to them, I just want to get the wording right, the exact wording. Somebody pulled up there and said to them, if this comes back on us, forget about this realm shit. I will destroy this entire planet, is what she said. And then furiously like burned out of the street. So make of that what you will. I don't know. It's just information. And I keep telling these people, because I keep getting the message that I'm a real-time scribe, and I don't know what that means, but they keep thinking they can block me and block like my videos and stuff, which they're trying to do right now, like jam my signal. And you know, it's laughable to think that that's actually possible. If I've figured out what's going on, you can guarantee that everyone connected to me, off-world or otherwise, knows that as well. There's not going to be any blocking. There's not going to be any like time lapse shit going on, right? It's going to be known. So the other message I'm receiving too is that these people are fugitives. The ones that have done this and messed with everyone's timelines are actually fugitives and cannot go home. So they've been using all of our energy and life force energy from all these children to create realms for themselves. I don't know as to what extent that goes. You know, I say realms, could be planets, could be universal, because this is a fact now, and in the next few years, people will start to realize that this is true as more information comes out on the creation of universes and galaxies and things like that. Yeah, very heavy heart, and I still do feel that I was used to lure other races here as well who wanted to help. When I sent out the love transmissions, you know, out. And I still do feel that. I heard people talking about an ascension process, you know, and how great this is. We can all go through this ascension process like this girl has and become strong and do all this, and that's not what this is at all. This has been a harvesting. The ascension process was hijacked and hacked and turned into something traumatic and disgusting, and people have just been catapulted into, you know, the extreme end of it, whereas that's not what this was supposed to be at all. This was supposed to be a soft awakening for people, you know, more gifts coming online, that kind of thing, because I know this happened to me. And it was hijacked by somebody with technology. They're also claiming, making fraudulent claims, like something to do with the creator of this construct. And when they say construct, I'm sort of thinking that could be Matrix type thing, because there are apparently matrices over us that do interfere with us. So from what I'm hearing is somehow people have been switched out, and there's been lies been told about who is responsible for creating us. Nobody created us, or at least not what they're saying. I don't have an oversoul anymore. I've gone through that process already of breaking away from my oversoul and becoming my own individual embodiment of energy. They're claiming that someone created me, and this is absolute bullshit. And obviously the second that I'm able to break free, this is all going to come crashing down for them, and they know that, but they're not going to back away now. They've got to keep pushing forward. And ultimately, oh, I'm getting bitten by ants so bad. Ultimately, I know that this won't be left by the wayside, and we will not be abandoned. I know that we're being watched over, and I know that everybody here on this planet has, you know, all sorts of other connections and family, and is supported, you know, and you only have to look into your heart to feel that you're supported. So that's basically the knowing that's kept me going. And I hold space for everybody that needs it. So yeah, energy doesn't lie, and they won't let anybody actually greet me or meet me. Not like that, but you know what I'm saying. See me, I guess. because energy just doesn't lie, and everyone who has seen me or communicated with me feels that and sees that immediately. So it's the same with everybody else. So yeah, I think what I'm hearing is they've made people, they've vilified people for, you know, for things they've done.